Today's episode here on the channel is brought to you by the device that officially took me into the land of cliche dad. Have you ever gotten something and instantly wondered why you didn't get one sooner? That's pretty much how I felt about this thing here. This is the Coolify 2. This is a cooling neck fan that features not only just fans that circulate the air up, but it actually has these cooling plates here on the side that are supported by their KU 2.0 chip, and this actually gets cool. Take a look at my temperature gauge here. Check this thing out. This is how it feels on your neck out in the hot weather. I've been wearing this for a couple weeks now while I mow, wash the truck. I've been wearing the crap out of this thing. I think it's safe to say I don't really care about looks. I've gotten to the point in life where I don't really care how something looks on me. Comfort is where I'm headed, and this thing has that. Comfort. It really works. It's got really good battery life too to start with. It's got about 18 hours on the fan mode and 2 hours on the highest cooling mode. On top of that, it's got a really nice case to store it in if you are taking it with you anywhere or just keeping it away from the kids like I do most days. Ultimately, I should have got something like this a long time ago. I do a lot of work outside in the summer and I get miserable out there, and while this can't control the weather, it can't control the heat, it can at least make it a little easier and a little more comfortable, which I'll take any day. In the end, I highly recommend you check out the Coolify 2 from Taurus. Link is in the description there. Go check it out. Go get yourself some comfort in the summer heat. Now though, on to today's episode. What is happening, guys? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing for you the all-new Fat Clay from the Lockharts. This is their newest product. I've had it for a little bit now, and I'm ready to offer all my thoughts on it, starting first with the specs. And according to the brand, this is a water-based clay that offers a strong hold, no shine finish, high texture, and high volume that lasts all day long. I want to make sure to mention that it's not called matte clay. One, because they've already got one that's called that. Yes, I'll do comparisons. Hold on for me till the end. But also I mention that because it's not matte. It's not listed as a matte finish. It's a natural finish. So don't go into it expecting a matte finish, as it's listed as no shine or natural. Other than that, it's said to offer a creamy consistency with no greasiness and no buildup. Price-wise, we are looking at $20 for 3.7 ounces, or you can use my code ModernManTV to drop that price 10% to $18. Looking inside the jar now, we've got a nice and smooth looking product. It's not liquid-like or as creamy as some others in this line, but it's got some nice smooth presentation going on there. It's got some thickness, a little bit of cake, one might say, but nothing too heavy. In the hand, it's very smooth, not very dry or sticky, mostly just nice and spongy. The big thing I want to highlight here really though is the scent. And let me tell you, this is a fantastic scent. It's listed as mandarin and sandalwood, and I freaking love it. I mean, I just love scents that have a good helping of sweetness in there like this, and it's just really pleasant to the nose. It's not too crazy for my allergies, it's not too strong. Just a great choice in my opinion. Moving over to the demo now. If you saw my first look at this last week, you saw me use this as a post styler, which was brought on by my sheer excitement of wanting to just try this right when it showed up. I since then have read the actual directions, which actually said use this as a pre-styler, so that's what I'm going to do for you here. I'm starting with freshly washed hair, and I'm just adding in one good size scoop of the clay into damp hair. Once that's all worked in, I'm going to hit it with the heat, and this is the result that we get. You can see here there's some nice structure in the hair, but it's not very tough. It leaves it very malleable, very soft, very pliable. It's obvious that it uses a lot of control in the formula to keep things held, but also encourage some light texture. But without some of the added tack or stickiness, we will need to use a bit more in the post-styling phase, which we will do now. And this here actually brought in the biggest thing that surprised me the most about this product, which is how soft this stuff is in the hair. I was expecting it to be super dry or tacky or full of powerful hold like what we've seen with some of the other clay type products from the Lockhart's line, but this one is more soft, more pliable once again, lightweight even. It's quite the odd reaction. Honestly, it feels lighter in the hair than it actually is performing. I mean, it's really cool to see actually. This is really nice to see another product push the limits of the old hold versus control theories. Here's a look though at the end of day results with the pre and post method. We can see it did lose a little bit of volume at the end of the day, but with it being so soft and pliable, this is actually quite good in my opinion. I mean, this could easily have fallen and just lost control completely just lost the style. And it seems to have had enough in there to really keep things going with just some minimal change throughout the day. Moving straight into the washout now. This one's real quick. It's super easy. It's just a water rinse. I mean, it just falls right out of the hair. I mean, it's already so lightweight as it is. I mean, it makes perfect sense that it would just rinse out. This is what they were referring to when they said there was no buildup. It's very light in the hair, so water took it straight out, no problem whatsoever. Now, though, I am going to offer an opinion and some comparisons as quickly as I can to make this as easy as I know how, which obviously means it's going to be overthought and probably way too complicated. First, though, as far as my opinion goes, I think as it is, this is another piece of evidence that details the talent that is Steve Lockhart. I mean, he is just a pure talent when it comes to making products. I mean, this one easily could have been a copy and paste of the other 3 clay products they have in their line, but instead this one stands alone in my opinion, relying on a great partnership of control and soft presence in the hair to just manipulate it and keep it going. Using it as directed is how I would recommend it as well. I have tried it as just a post styler alone, and it does work. It does work, but it doesn't work as well when it is paired with a pre-styler, even with itself as that pre-styler. I also think folks with thin hair, you're really going to enjoy this as it won't tug and pull on your hair and it won't be super dry during the application. I think thick-haired folks will also enjoy it to an extent. I mean, if you require that super strong hold or something, heavy, you might need to get creative and pair it with something to achieve that. But folks that have similar hair types to me can obviously get some really good benefits based on what I've shown here. If I had to provide some criticism on it, I would say I would have taken it up just a little bit more in the tack or hold department. That's just me though. If it was my project, I probably would have just increased the hold a couple notches. That being said though, how does it compare to the other clay products in the line? First, the classic Lockhart's matte clay. That one's super easy actually. It really doesn't compare. Why? Well, because the matte clay is made with petro and has that oil-based clay look and feeling, and this one does not. I mean, it just does not. It doesn't have petro in there. It doesn't have anything close to that look or feel. So in my opinion, that's case closed. For anti-gravity and Nevermore though, it's a little different. Anti-gravity is made with a lot of the same ingredients. Obviously not the same formula, but it's got waters, clays, etc. But anti-gravity right away comes in with that dry, tacky presence and you just cannot miss it. It's like front and center in your face. This one is a lot more low-key, a lot lighter presence. I didn't see much tack or dryness at all, making the application on the fat clay a lot smoother in my opinion. For Nevermore, a lot of the same apply to that as well. Nevermore is a dry product as well, but I think Nevermore is kind of an in-between product between fat clay and anti-gravity. It's got some of that tack, but it's got some of that smoothness as well. In fact, let me take a quick second and show you how I would use the Nevermore and fat clay together to show you that there are some differences there. After resetting my hair here, I'm going to add in a quick scoop of the Nevermore. This will set a base with a bit of that dryness and offer about the same end result as what we already saw with the previous style, but with a bit more intensity in the hold department. We can easily see that too when we add in the fat clay there and introduce that high level of control. We can also see that it just kind of latches on to that tack from the Nevermore and then produces what I think is an even better result. So that's pretty much it. That was how I would use that combo. I really dig that combo. Actually, I highly suggest you check it out as well. But that's also all the thoughts that I have on the new Lockhart's fat clay. I'm really happy for the Lockhart's team actually. I think they did it once again and made something very cool here. But as usual, the final verdict is up to you. And if you'd like to check this out or anything else from their shop like the Nevermore matte paste, my collaboration with them, you can find links in the description and a new discount code as well to save you a little money on your next order. Thanks so much for checking this out with me here today as well. Don't forget to drop me a comment, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, take it easy. I'll see you next time.